Hello, my name is David Baker. I am one of the coaches in Kingdom Builders Academy, and I'm going to teach a little session here on this Expert of the Week call on a business funnel with an Ascension model. Okay, if you're taking some notes, that would be a good thing. It's called a business funnel with an Ascension model. Very important, and I think you'll enjoy it. And this is a good thing for you to look at to see if this is what God wants you to do, and sort of the big picture of what your ministry and programs can look like at the end of this. So I'm going to pray. We'll get started, give you a little testimony about me, and then we'll teach about this, and hopefully I can be a help and encouragement to you. All right, let's pray. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you for this time. I pray that you would bless this time. I pray you'd help me to be a help and encouragement to the people that watch this. I pray that while I speak, that you would speak to them on the inside through your Spirit and show them if this is something that you want them to do, you want them to build out, you want them to be able to put together for them, for their ministry, for their niche, for what you've called them to do. Give them faith and let them see it. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, just a little background. My name, like I said, is David Baker. I'm a pastor. I've been preaching for 29 years. Before that, I was in the military. Used to jump out of those perfectly good airplanes, and then God called me to preach. Went to Bible college, met my wife. We've been married for 27 years now and have 11 children together. A few years ago, we started a new church. It wasn't full-time, so I was a chaplain at a health company. And then 3 years ago, this January, I got laid off. In February, I found Tamara's Boot Camp, and right away said, that's what I need. I'd written 4 books already. I just didn't know what to do with them after that. They were just sitting in the computer. So when I started going through the modules, I realized right away, I do not need 4 weeks with this lady. I need a couple of years with her to learn what she knows. It just blew me away. So I heard her talk about this inner circle group, this private mentoring, invitation-only group, and I started praying that God would give me an invitation to be a part of that. So when I had my strategy session, I laid out all my books and niches and ideas, and my coach at the end said, okay, David, you're someone that Tamara would like to work with, and gave me an invitation for Inner Circle. That was 3 years ago, this coming March. Just amazing stuff since then. First thing that happened, I learned a strategy in Inner Circle. I took it back to my old boss that laid me off. He hired me back. He doubled my salary. By the way, he's doubled it again now, but he doubled my salary back then, and I only worked for him a few hours a week instead of having to go into the office every day. That's the first thing. That more than paid my tuition for Inner Circle. Second thing was I went to a couple preacher friends and showed them what we could do. We started an online Bible college. We have a full Bible college, bachelor's, master's, doctorate program, students all over the world. That's been amazing. Then I have 2 ebooks done, 2 print books done, 2 coaching programs laid out. I do marketing for 3 other international ministries, and then Tamara started a coaching program. And I looked at being a life coach, but most of the programs I looked at, the certification was so high, and I didn't mind paying the money. The part that bothered me was, I said, okay, how do you get clients? And both groups I looked at said, well, that's really hard, and we struggle with that. And it's like, wow, I know I can do good at life coaching. I've done that as a pastor, but how do you go up to someone and say, hey, let me coach you in your life and pay me $100 an hour? To me, that's almost offensive. Like, number one, what's wrong with my life? Number two, how do you think that you can help me in that? So I didn't do that. Well, Tamara's coaching program was free for everybody in Inner Circle, and you didn't have to go find your own clients. They all came through Kingdom Builders. So I've been doing that for over 2 years and love it. So far, I've talked to people from 37 different countries, and it is amazing to see what God is doing in people's lives and to get to help them on their journey. Okay, so that's a little bit of me. And so I want to give you this business funnel with an Ascension model so you can see how to put together what we're doing and to give you a plan and a strategy to do that, okay? So 4 main points and subpoints, okay? I'll try to make it simple for you so you can get an outline down. The first thing to do is to write a free ebook, okay? To write a free ebook. This free ebook is short, 20, 30 pages, that's it. This is an appetizer to your full meal. Okay? Think of that philosophy. You go into a restaurant, you order a meal, then you get an appetizer. The appetizer comes quick, it's fast. The flavors, the spices are amazing, but what's the one problem? Not enough food. It leaves you hungry, wanting more. That's what this ebook is supposed to do. We're going to give this away free to everybody that we know and their brother. Okay, we're going to give it away to everybody. This will be the start of your business funnel. Now, the Bible says, and Tamara teaches, you consider the end of the matter. Before you start something, you go to the end and see, what do you want it to be? You're going to make a cake. You go to the end. What do we want it to look like and taste like? Then you back up and put in the ingredients that will give you your finished product. Okay? Same way with this ebook. What do we want this ebook to do? The biggest thing we want this ebook to do is when people get done with the end, they say, okay, who in the world is this John Doe? Whatever they've got, I'm getting it. This is incredible. This is powerful. I've got to have this. And that's what you want them to say. So you put in the ingredients that will get them to say that. Okay? And so while I go through this business funnel with an Ascension model, I'm going to illustrate it with one of my niches so you can see how this fits together, and hopefully that'll make it a little more sense to you. Okay, now, so this free ebook, short 20-30 pages, is the start of your business funnel. There's three main purposes of why we do this. Number one, sort of said it, is to help people to know who you are and how you can help them. You may be the most amazing coach, the most amazing book, have the most amazing program, but if people don't know you, they're not going to buy it, okay? So we have to let people know who you are. So that's the first thing. Number two, purpose of this ebook is to make you a best-selling author. Best-selling author. I don't know if Tamara does, but I can guarantee personally, if you do what we teach, okay, you're an inner circle and you do what we teach, guaranteed you will be on the bestseller list. How can you guarantee that? Because we have 100 people that have done it. I have the privilege of doing the Inner Circle Spotlight. Every week we bring an Inner Circle person on. We share with everybody what their book is, what they're doing. Boom, boom, boom. Best-selling author, best-selling author, best-selling author. It happens every week. It's incredible. Tamara knows how this works. We have the system down. That gives you immediate credibility. Amazon is bigger than Walmart now. It's bigger than the New York Times. Instant credibility. You are an Amazon best-selling author. Okay, guarantee we'll do that. Little secret: Amazon does not recognize the difference between free and paid. All this here downloads. We get 1,000 or so people to download your free ebook, you're going to be on the bestseller list, okay? And so we help you to do that. So three purposes for this ebook. Number one, to let people know who you are and how you can help them. Number two, get you on the bestseller list. Number three, to funnel them to your video coaching program. You writing that down? To funnel them to your video coaching program. This is big number two. Big number two will be your video coaching program. Now, leave a little space because we're going to stay on point one for a while. But the purpose of point one is to funnel them to point two. Now, in this ebook, there's a lot of things we put in here. I don't have time to teach it all in here. There's a full module in teaching and training and the fast track, and we have a whole series that was taught that's in the KBA membership on this introductory ebook. There's so many details in this. This is the very first thing most people are going to see about you. So it's got to be good, and it has to have all the details in it. For instance, we started off with a video introduction from the author. In this ebook, we started off with a video introduction from the author. It opens the ebook. Click here for a video introduction from the author. Wow. How many times have you read a book and you wish you could meet the author, see the author, talk to the author? There it is, right there. The reason why we do that is because when they hear your voice and see your face, they're connected with you more than just black and white words on a page, and we want that. And so now when they read your book, they're actually hearing your voice and seeing your face while they read your book. And we want that connection to flow, okay? So the video introduction, click here for a video introduction from the author. Hello, my name is David Baker, and in this short ebook, I'm going to teach you the three most important things to teach your children. This is from the wisest and richest man that ever lived, and we're going to give you the three most important things that Solomon taught his son that is great for us to teach our children. At the end of this ebook, there'll be another video to tell you where to go from here. God bless you, and we'll see you there. So something like that on that video introduction, because there's going to be an ending video that tells them to go to that big number two, your video coaching program. Okay? So right from the beginning, they know, even if they skimmed your book, don't read the whole book. They're going to look through your book, see your titles, skim through it, and they're going to do what? Go to your ending video to funnel them to your video coaching program. Okay? Everything is built step by step, line upon line, precept upon precept. It's a flow that we want, and that's what's going to give you this in this video, in this business funnel, okay? A funnel, it flows, it starts out real big, and it funnels them down, and that's what this will do. And so this ebook, a lot of the things we put in pictures, landing pages, websites, everything that will promote. We put in free gifts along the way inside of this ebook so we can capture their email list, okay? Teach on that more. A lot of things that go into this ebook that are very important. That's number one, your free ebook. Number two is your video coaching program, okay? Your video coaching program. By the way, we help you put a video together to give away your free ebook, okay? Because we're going to email it to everybody. We're going to post it on social media. We're going to get it out there. And so you want a video to promote your free ebook. Mine, I told you I was going to illustrate it with something like this. And so my video comes up and says, hey, if somebody asked you, what are the 3 most important things to teach your children? What would you say? Don't drink, don't do drugs, don't steal. I don't know. And how would you know? It's all subjective. But how about if the richest and wisest man in the world taught his son almost 200 times on one subject in one book? How important would that be? What do you think that topic is? Click here and download this free ebook and see if what you think is what Solomon taught. Done. So if you saw that video somewhere, would you click and download the free ebook? Even if you didn't have children, the curiosity, I got to find out what that topic is. What do you think that topic is? What do you think? Take a guess. Nobody ever guesses it, but it's fun to do. That curiosity gets them, and when they open the ebook and they find out what it is, wow, 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 and they find out those 3 things that Solomon taught. I'll give it to you. The first one is Solomon taught his son almost 200 times about his tongue. Really? That's not what I would have guessed. Me either. I did the study. It's a 20-year study of Proverbs. Solomon taught his son almost 200 times on his words, his mouth, his lips, his speech. Why is that so important? James says if you bridle the tongue, you can control the whole body. Well, we want our teenagers to control their bodies, but it starts with, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, please, thank you. Don't interrupt. Adults are talking. Teaching them to control their tongue. Teaching them there are some words we do not say. They may not be the worst curse words, but they're slang or they're just inappropriate or they're potty talk. We don't say that. And we have set words up for our kids not to say just to help them to control their tongue, knowing that's going to help control their body. Okay? That's chapter 1. Chapter 2 is on wisdom. We know how big that is. Chapter 3 is on the warning of people. Solomon warned his son about 13 different types of men. Make no friendship with an angry man. He warned him about 8 different types of women. Proverbs 5 and Proverbs 7, almost a whole chapter is warning about a strange woman. And so Paul said it, you did run well. Who hath hindered you that you should not obey the truth? It's not a what that messes our kids up. It's a who. It is not the drugs that messed them up. It's a person that gave them the drugs. Okay? So that's the ebook. It's filled with truth. Wow, neat. And then it goes to the video that funnels into the video coaching program. Okay? Which is big number 2. Big number 2 is called the video coaching program. It's also called the irresistible offer. Now that's the slang. That's what we use. This irresistible offer is slang because we say that because we are going to put so much value in here, there's no way they can say no to it. That's our mindset, okay? My mindset is to give them at least $400 of value for only $39 where they say, of course I've got to get this, okay? Video coaching program is normally 5 videos long or 7. 5 or 7 is the number that seems to work. And then with that, you give away 3 free gifts. So mine is called Child Rearing God's Way. And in that final video, you sell that. You tell them what they're going to get from that. And so I ask the question and say, listen, who's the best father in the world? Well, of course, God is. How does God rear his children? If God's the best father and he rears his children like this, then that's how we should rear our children. So I've got 5 videos teaching how God rears his children. And then 3 free gifts. Those gifts can be another video. They can be another ebook. They could be a download PDF of research. They could be an audio, anything like that. Now, you want these free gifts to be where they funnel. You want them to be digital. You don't want to have to mail them, and you don't want it to cost you anything, but just good value by what they're getting. And so here's the way the marketing would go for that number 2, your video coaching program. Say, look, normally I would sell this video coaching program for $199, and honestly, the information here is worth thousands. But in this introductory offer, it's only $39. $39, that's it. And you get this free gift worth $99, this free gift worth $49, this free gift worth $59, over a $400 value for only $39. Now, that sounds salesy, and I don't like that, okay? So here's how we fix it. We make those free gifts so good that someone says, I'd pay $39 just to get one of those free gifts, okay? And so I'm giving you mine illustrations just to make sense to you. We can go, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. This is what I need to do. And so I've got the 5 videos, teaching and training of God's child rearing, how God rears us, and then 3 free gifts. You want them to be in the same topic, but just a little different subject. So one of them is a video that I teach on how to lovingly, biblically discipline your child. And I talk about how God disciplines us, how we should discipline our children, how to lovingly, biblically discipline them. 14 points on how to do that, okay? 14 points. Then I have another video training on how to restore a relationship when it's fallen. Let's say you are estranged from your children or a family or a friend, how to restore that. Look, if you have a estranged child, would you pay $39 just to learn that one thing of how to do that? And we've helped restore a lot of relationships through this. And so that's another free gift that they get. And then the last free gift is the rest of the 52 topics. By the way, each topic has 7 lessons for each day, a full 365 days of what to teach and train your children. Normally sells for $99, and that's in your store, $99, but it's free in this introductory offer for your video coaching program. You see what I mean? Irresistible offer. They're like, wow, I paid $39 just for that one thing. I'm buying this. I'm buying this, okay? So that's what you want. So number 1 is your free ebook that funnels them to your video coaching program, okay? A lot of people do a free ebook, but there's nothing after that. So they're a best-selling author, and hopefully they captured some email addresses, but there's nothing to funnel them to. We want to funnel them to your video coaching program, okay? That's your irresistible offer. All right, so that is number 2. Then number 3, at the bottom of your video coaching program, there's a big screen as big as you can get it, and it says, click here to talk to Joe live. Wow, how do we do that? Click, and your video comes up and says, hey, we're going to start an online support community. We're going to meet every week live. I'm going to teach for 20-30 minutes and take your questions for 20-30 minutes. We're going to walk with you. We're going to hold your hand. We're going to help you. And the best part about this is it's only $30 a month. That's right, $30 a month. Less than $1 a day to get to be a part of this. Okay, now the first 2 things are residual income. The first 2 things are passive. Once you build them out, there's not as much that you have to do. They're built out, okay? You have to funnel people to them, but you don't have to build it anymore. By the way, your ebook is only free for 5 days. Then we're going to bump it up to $9.99 or $12.99. If it's free forever, why should they get it now? Okay, so it's only free for 5 days. Then it goes up to $9.99 or $12.99 just about the time it hits best-selling author. So then Amazon starts promoting it, and it's a best-selling book. Now you get paid for that. Number 1, passive income. Number 2, it funnels into your video coaching program. Number 2, passive income. Number 3, this monthly membership is not passive. It is going to take 1 hour of your week. That's it, 1 hour, but it's residual. They pay every month to be a part of this, okay? Residual income. So from my understanding of income, where you want to be is passive and residual, okay? Passive, most of the work is done. Residual, it comes in every month. And so $30 a month, anybody can pay that. $1 a day, okay? That's all. But they get to talk to you live. They've already seen from your book. They've already seen from your videos, hey, you've got content, but now they have individual. What about this? What about this? What about this? $30 a month, you can tap into that every week. And what you say is, if you can't be on their live, you just email me your questions. I'll answer them live on the video, and then you can watch a replay at your own convenience. Perfect. Done. Okay? And so that's residual. That's number 3. And then number 4 is your big ticket item. Okay? Number 4 is your big ticket item. That's slang again. Your big ticket item is your one-on-one or your coaching. Okay, your one-on-one or your coaching. You may not see yourself as a coach, but you are. You teach, you coach. That's what they do. And you help them. And so this is your big ticket item. And listen carefully, write this down. Minimum of $1,000. Average $2,000 to $3,000. There's a lot of reasons for this, okay? Basically, though, you're deciding how much of your time do you want to give away for however much money. So you could do 1 hour a week video coaching for 2 or 3 months for $2,000 or $3,000, something like that. You decide. The busier you get, the more you raise your price. Now, why are you doing this? Number 1, it helps provide a good income. Number 2, it lets people see that you value yourself. If you don't value yourself, nobody else is going to. But when they see you charge $2,000 for your one-on-one coaching, then they go, okay, I'm getting this. I'm getting that $30 a month program because I can talk to him every week for only $30 a month. I don't have the $2,000. You don't have to feel bad about charging that because you have your $30 a month program to be able to help them. But there are people who have the money and who would be glad to pay for that. If they have children that are away from God or whatever your niche is, it touches our heart. I would gladly pay $2,000 if you can help me to have the right relationship with my children. Okay, and the other reason why you do this is to protect your time. When you launch yourself out there to a couple thousand people, you could get 50 phone calls a week. And if you just give that away for free, you don't have a business, you can't help people, you can't build your products. And so what this does is it protects your time and lets them see you're valuable. And so when they say, hey Joe, could I talk to you one-on-one? Absolutely, I would love to. Just go to my website, purchase my premium package, and we'll set it up. That's all you have to say, okay? That lets them know, oh, I don't have the money for that. I'd better just stay here or join his monthly membership so I can talk to him on a group, or let me raise the money, get the money so I can get him one-on-one, okay? So more people will do your $30 program when they see you charge $2,000 for your big ticket item. And so I was working with one guy, and he didn't want to do any one-on-one. He wanted to set up his programs and be done. He was busy. I said, you have to. It's there to protect your time. And so he said, okay. He didn't want to be bothered, so listen carefully. He set up his one-on-one coaching at $15,000 a pop because he knew nobody would do it at $15,000 a pop. But he listened to, his coaches, and all right, he had to have that to protect his time. He launched it to his email list. You ready? First time he had 5 people took him up on the offer at $15,000 a pop. He was floored. He had a $29 introductory offer, and he had a $199 advanced video coaching program. Those were his price points that he had. That's all he ever planned on doing. $15,000 just to have it, but never thought anyone would do it. He started off, he had 5 people take him up on the offer at $15,000 a pop. There are people out there that have money that do not mind paying for it, okay? And so you have to have that. By the way, he asked them, the people that bought that $15,000 didn't do the $29 or the $199. And he asked them why, and they said, well, we had money. We're just waiting to get more of you. And there are people that are like that, okay? And so summary, this is the funnel. Very simple. Your free ebook funnels them into your video coaching program. Your video coaching program funnels them into your monthly membership. Your monthly membership funnels them into your big ticket item. Okay, and so let me play with some numbers and show you what this can be like. Okay, and so I'm going to pull up the screen and let you see. I'm going to show you my smallest illustration, okay? And obviously you can double it from this and double it from that because more people will do the bigger numbers. But I want to show you the smallest illustration so you can see what this is like. Let's say only 1,000 people downloaded your free ebook, okay? Only 1,000 people downloaded your free ebook. And then let's say only half of them, 500 people, did your video coaching program. Okay, only 500. So 500 people times $39. Okay, 500 people times $39 is you got it? Ready? $19,500. Okay, 500 times 39, $19,500. Now, I don't know about you, but that's not a bad initial paycheck. How about you? Okay, $19,500. Now you may have a bigger percentage of people that do it, that funnel them into it. Let's just say only half of them did. That's $19,500. Okay? Then let's say only half of them, all right, 125 people. 125 people, I'm sorry, 250, half of the 500, 250 people did your monthly membership, okay? So that's 250 people times $30, all right? So 250 people, make sure what this is so I'm not getting you wrong, 250 people times $30 a month, that's $7,500 a month, okay? A month, so times 12, that equals $90,000. Okay, $90,000. And so plus the 19.5. Okay, $90,000 times 19,500. That's and I did times. So when it says ease, you know we did too much. So $90,000 plus $19,500. Of course, $109,500. All right, that's so far. Then let's say your big ticket item. Let's say you don't want to do a lot of those. Let's say you only do 20. Okay, so 20 times $2,000. So 20 people times $2,000 for your big ticket item. That's another $40,000. Okay, so we're at about $150,000, just starting with 1,000 people downloading your free ebook. Okay, so let's say that instead of 1,000 people, let's say 2,000 people download your free ebook. That turns into $300,000. And is that pie in the sky? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, what do you do after that? What do you do after that is we are building new products all the time. So that's a basic illustration of a funnel of what it can do. What you do now is 3 or 4 months later on, you launch your best-selling book now, okay, again for free, this time only for 4 days. But this time, instead of you promoting it by yourself, you have 500 people who went through your video coaching program and you ask them to promote it with you and to share it for you. And ask them to write a testimony or create a video sharing how your video coaching program helped them. So the first time when you did it, you got 1,000 people to download it. Now you're doing it with 500 people helping you. We call that exponential growth. You understand that? Okay. Now you go out and speak. You speak to a group of 500 people or 1,000 people. You give all of them your free ebook that they can go download, and you funnel them through your business funnel with an Ascension model. You follow me? We're funneling them to you with the free ebook, and then we're sending them up through free to a little bit of paid to residual to a big ticket item. All right. Then the other thing you're doing is you are constantly creating new content and new products. Every week when you teach live, you're teaching for 20, 30 minutes. You're doing it on a webinar. It's recording it. So you take 20 of those and put them together in a advanced video coaching program and sell it for $99. Because all the new people coming in wouldn't have gotten to see that live. Now you take your best question and answer. Take your 20 people, ask amazing questions. God gave you great wisdom. You waxed eloquent. You put 20 of those in a question and answer $49 program and list the 20 questions that you're answering. People will read that and go, wow, I'd pay $49 just to have that one question answered, and they'll buy that. You're constantly creating new content. Now, after you have 10,000 people or so that you've collected email addresses for, now you launch your print book. And you get it printed, sell it for 15, you make 10, and there's another $100,000, okay? And so you're constantly creating new content. When you get all that done and this business is flowing and it's funneled and it's built out, now you can do another niche that God brought you into. Just like Tamara. Tamara had KBA, Kingdom Builders Academy, teaching people how to do books and online programs. And hey, that's running, that's making money. Now let's go launch and do a what? Lay aside every weight. Let's do a health one. How many people have problems with their health? Totally different niche, but same marketing principles that she did with KBA. Does that make sense? Okay. So you're creating multiple streams of income, passive and residual, and then you're doing that with multiple niches. The other thing you get to do is take what you've learned and go help people. Had an assistant pastor that was with me for years, and God led him to pastor a church, and God gave him a ministry to help people who struggle with sexual identity. When I went through this and learned this, I called him and said, hey, I know how we can help launch your ministry. I helped him with his book, helped him with his website, helped him with his webinars. We got to launch a ministry to help people who struggle with sexual identity. It's called bornthatway.org. We've been able to help a few thousand people come out of that lifestyle and not go into that lifestyle who were just confused and didn't realize that God didn't make them gay, but he did make them special to be like an Apostle Paul with the gift of being able to be single and not having to be with somebody. Paul said, I wish everybody had that gift. God said that some people, Jesus said in Matthew, I believe it's 18, that some people were made eunuchs of men, but some were born eunuchs from their mother's womb. Helped him to launch that. Amazing stories we're getting to help people. That came from what I learned here. Now I get to use it to help other people. My pastor's son, 30 plus years ago in the ministry, made a mistake and fell and messed up his life. Went through a divorce, remarried, been married for 30 years, solid life, solid marriage, solid guy. But he knows, and a Christian, and especially a preacher's kid, if you fall, a lot of people kick you and keep you down. And we started a ministry called Fallen in Grace, and it's falleningrace.com, and able to help him with a book and ebook and ministries and videos and website and webinars, and have a whole ministry. God just gave him a whole a bed and breakfast, 5,000 plus square feet, just gave him that to be able to minister to people when they fall and when they struggle. Take what God gave you, what you learned in here, and use it to be able to help other people. So I think last, and we're done, how do you do this? How do you put all this together? Okay, real quickly, let me tell you. First, go through boot camp. Okay, start going through boot camp. Once you finish at least 2 modules, then schedule a strategy session with a coach, okay? He'll take your strategy, or she'll take your strategy, your niche, what you've been called to do, and help you to put this together to see how this can work for you, okay? Then, what do? Pray. Pray that God would give you an invitation to be an inner circle. Inner circle is where you learn all this, put all this together. This and Fast Track. Fast Track comes with Inner Circle to be able to put all this together. Inner Circle is amazing because you get Tamara. You get to talk to Tamara every week live, and she is brilliant. I'll put up the book covers, but when I heard Tamara talk about the money's in the money, the best niche to be in is how to make money or save money. Well, my first niche I was doing was child rearing. It wasn't money. God, is there a way I could take child rearing and make it about money? And so I had a book title. My first title when I was teaching this in our church was called He Taught Me Also. Proverbs Solomon said, my dad, even though he was busy, still found time to teach me. He taught me also. And so that was my teaching title. And then when I put it into a book, I titled it, What My Children Have to Know. There's some things I want my children to know, some things they have to know. That was my working title writing the book. And then starting with Tamara, I had a longer title like, okay, what the richest and wisest man of the world taught his son. Thought maybe the riches in there would help. And then God gave me this title. And then Tamara helped perfected it, so God didn't give me it exactly. But how to rear rich kids, rich in life, rich in relationships, and rich in finances. And you see the book cover up. And so I sent it to Tamara as an Inner Circle member. Tamara, what do you think? She said, sounds great. Change one word. Okay, what word? She said, change rear to raise. Instead of how to rear rich kids, how to raise rich kids. I said, well, Tamara, it's not technically right English. You rear children and you raise animals and raise crops. And she said, hold on, type. Nope, change the word. I said, okay, why? She said, I just searched Amazon topics and rearing children is not even on there. They wouldn't even find your book. Wow. That one thing she gave me, I wonder what that saved me, okay? And so Tamara is brilliant. So with Inner Circle, you get Tamara, and then you get the Inner Circle Spotlight where we launch you. We bring you on a live webinar. You get to teach everyone what you're doing. We tell everyone to go get your program. Then we email it out to 100,000+ people telling them to go get your program. And so we help launch you in Inner Circle. So when you have your strategy session, do what I did and pray, dear God, please give me an invitation to Inner Circle, okay? Pray that. Don't worry about the finances. God can help you with that. We do have a God in heaven. Finances is not a big deal to him. When I found this in Inner Circle, I just got laid off from a good job. I had 11 children to take care of, and I didn't know how I could pay my mortgage the next month. That's exactly where I was at. But I knew God wanted me to do this, and I knew God would work it out, and God did. I had enough money to make my first payment. That was all. And I trusted God would take care of the rest of it, and He did. The rest is history. I went from one stream of income when I started with Tamara. I just counted the other day, I have 14 different streams of income, and God has so launched our income and salary, and I really feel like I'm just getting started with what God wants us to do. And then not only that, we just bought a new home. We lived in the same home for 23 years. When we bought it was great. We had 2 children, 1,500 square feet with 2 bathrooms. That works with 2 kids. With 11, not so much. And we just bought a new home 4 months ago now, and it's over 6,000 square feet, 6,050 square feet. We have 6 bathrooms, yay! And we have 7 acres and a shop, a shed, and a tree house that has heating and air conditioning inside the tree house, electricity to it. And so just so many neat things that God's done. And of course, God did it, but humanly speaking, God used Tamara and Inner Circle to be able to do that. So what to do from here? Keep going through boot camp, schedule a strategy session, pray, and ask God to give you an invitation to be a part of Inner Circle. It's a small group. It's closed. If you tried to go buy it online, you couldn't. It's by invitation only. And so pray that God gives you an invitation. Don't worry about finances. God can take care of that. If you do not get an invitation to Inner Circle, then minimum do Fast Track. Anybody can do Fast Track. It's cheaper, and it will help you to have the income to be able to maybe get an invitation for Inner Circle later, but to build your income and get started. Okay? All right. That's what I've got. I hope this has helped you. This business funnel with an Ascension model. We're going to funnel them to you with the free ebook, and then ascend them up from free to paid to residual paid to a big ticket item, and then multiple products and multiple niches after that. And when you do that financially, we say it's done. Okay, it's done. And life-wise, the extra income has been awesome. The new house has been amazing. We just bought 2 new vehicles in the last few months. That's been great. Not to have to worry about if your vehicle is going to break down. But honestly, the biggest thing that God's done is helping me to influence and reach more people. In our Bible college, I'm vice president. I've got 5 courses that I've taught. I get paid every month from it, but I get to influence. I get to train people for the ministry. That's been incredible. I wrote a book on the jail ministry, didn't know what to do with it, and with Tamara's help, I got it printed. It got picked up by a big addictions program. I get paid every month from people that buy the book, buy cases of the book. But our sheriff read it and asked if I would be the chaplain at our jail. So I'm now the chaplain for the Murray County Jail in Columbia, Tennessee. They've allowed me to hire my son to be my assistant, so he's 40 hours a week in there. I oversee it, and I'm there every week to make sure it runs and preaches to the guys and helps them. The money, the income, the home, the car, those are nice, but the biggest thing is the influence that God has given to help more people, and that's what we want. That's what God wants, but we all need a helper to do that. I love to say in the Bible, God knows we need mentors. Every Joshua needed a Moses. Every Elisha needed an Elijah, and every Timothy needed a Paul. For me, I needed a Tamara. Now, last statement, and I'm done. God has done all this, but God has used Tamara to do it. And this is my statement of how strong this is for me. When, besides my salvation and besides my family, the biggest blessing God's ever given me was letting me find Tamara Lowe and being a part of her Inner Circle. It's been that big for us. So thank you for taking the time to watch us. I hope it's a help, and we'll look forward to seeing you in Inner Circle and doing some great things that God has for your life. Take care, and we'll talk to you next time.